Prof. Ed 9 Code of Ethics for every professional teacher.
Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers.
Hi, I'm Martin Ford Simagalo.
I'm Carla May Alazaga.
I'm Sinead Mendoza.
I'm Stephanie J.S. Mempi.
I'm Gab Manabi.
And we're going to discuss the Code of Ethics.
We're going to discuss the Article 5 and 6. We hope we enlighten you about the Code of Ethics for every professional teachers.
The Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers is essential. The code provides ethical guidelines promoting and maintaining the highest standard of professionalism in the teaching profession, ensuring we conduct ourselves respectfully with dignity and sensitivity toward our students and colleagues. The Code of Ethics is the ethical guidelines and principles that a teacher should abide, and also this is the do's and don'ts of a teacher should know.
In summary, in accordance with the Code of Ethics, a teacher should emphasize and model positive character traits such as diligence, responsibility, cooperation, and respect for the law and human life. Follow the law and the school policies in order to treat and discipline students with justice. Article 5. The Teacher and Professions.
We're going to discuss the Article 5, the teachers and the profession. Now let's move to the Section 1. Section 1. Teachers shall at all times be imbued with the spirit of professional loyalty, mutual confidence, and faith one another, self-sacrifice for the common good, and full cooperation with colleagues. When the best interest of the learners, the school or the profession is at stake in any controversy, teachers shall support one another. In Section 1, teachers should always show their professional loyalty, trust, and confidence to others, meaning to say they are willing to sacrifice for the common good. And also, cooperation in teachers is crucial, and supporting to one another is very essential to give or to have a best outcomes for good colleagues.
In this article, in section 1, that when you are really a teacher, you have always support each other. In other school, there are bad things happening, gossiping with the fellow teacher, which is not really good. We should have support them and cooperate them no matter what they need to be done. Especially you have been part of this institution or school because you are working for the success of your student. You are not only working to be successful in your work, right?
Okay, let's move to the Section 2. A teacher is not entitled to claim credit for work not of his own, and shall give due credit for the work of others which he may use. In Section 2, as a teacher, we should take a credit for others' works. So we must acknowledge the contribution of others to show due respect for this work. So let's say, for example, in materials, in PowerPoint presentation, in articles, and also in files and etc. So this practice shows also that we need to have a respect for others' works and also to have a faster collaborative works and ethical environment.
The best example here is the research that you have a student also teacher. You are not allowed to publish unless you provide credits to whoever the student or teacher who did that research. Or especially a student has a drawing that is full and you post it in social media without crediting the student isn't ethical. As long as you can provide due credits who deserve that credit. After all, you were the one who suffered others' benefits.
Okay, let's move in Section 3. For leaving his position, a teacher shall organize for whoever assumes the position such records and other
For the continuations of Kyla May Lazada, I am Mark Clifford Simagalang that tackled the Section 4, 5, and 6. Now to Section 4. Section 4, a teacher shall hold and violate all confidential information concerning associate and the schools and shall not divulge to anyone documents which has not been officially released or remove records from files without information.
Here, really as a teacher, you must respect each other's privacy. You must follow the policy of your school. If you are not assigned to give a cards or TOR of your student, of course it's work of the registrars. Have no rights to do so. You have no rights to do so that you give or handle. If by any chance you are the one who assigned to those files, don't ever touch the files or don't give them whoever requested. That waits for the instructions of your officials from schools.
Now, we're going to discuss the Section 4. First, the sentence says that a teacher shall hold inviolated all confidential information concerning associations, and the schools. Meaning to say that as a teacher, you don't have any permission to inviolate the schools and regulations or the documents that we're going to release soon. And shall not divulge to anyone document which has not been officially released. In this article, they say that a teacher hold or not invalidated the confidential informations of the school. The other announcement, the other things that should be changes in the schools that not being officially released or removed from the record. You need a permission to the higher up as in admin and under the president in other schools to give you permission to remove or release a file. Now, they say here, do not remove records from files without permission. You don't have any rights to remove information for the others without their permissions by the higher up, by the president, admin, and other. Okay, now we're going to tackle the Section 5. In Article 5, the teacher and profession. In Section 5 says here, it shall be the responsibility of every teacher to seek correctives for what may appear to be unprofessional and unethical conduct of any association or associate. However, this may be done only if there is incontrovertible evidence for such a conduct. It says here that every teacher have a responsible to correct the unprofessional teaching methods of us individual and as well unethical conduct for the association. But it says here, however, this may be done only if there is incontrovertible evidence for such a conduct. Means that there's a things or more important or there's a reason why they do that. It appears here unprofessional teaching or unethical conduct and associated them. Okay, this is the responsible of every teachers that should be done.
What should you do when you catch your co-teachers doing something bad? Of course, you have a secretiveness that should be corrected, especially unethical conduct that other associated of the schools are doing. And it should be with evidence. You should have evidence because if you only heard from the marites, it's not a good thing to do. You must have an evidence. If you don't have evidence, the result is that you are just defaming your fellow teacher.
Now after we tackle the Section 5, in Article 5, it's now in Section 6. Section 6 says here, a teacher may submit to proper authorities and any justifiable criticism against associate, preferable in writing, without violating the rights and individual concern. It says, now after we tackle the Section 5, in Article 5, it's now in Section 6. Section 6 says here, a teacher may submit to proper authorities and any justifiable criticism against associate, preferable in writing, without violating the rights and individual concern. It says, Hears that the teacher may submit a proper authorities and justifiable criticism against the societies of other or the societies as he belongs to. Preferable in writing without violating any rights of the individual or any individual concerns by explaining here. So, a teacher have a more paperworks, more authorities or justifiable criticism against the association. That no one's will going to violate or no one's will going to violate their own rights as a individual concern for the societies and the teacher as a professional teacher.
In Article 5, Section 6 says here, well, if you have evidence obtained, you are there to submit to the proper authorities against him or her, or even better through writing. Whatever you have giving evidence, it should not be violated because of that person, especially those who are private files. Make it sure that the rights of human or the human rights will not be violated.
Section 7. A teacher may apply for a vacant position for which he is qualified, provided that respects the system of selection on the basis of merit and competence, provided further that all qualified candidates are given the opportunity to be considered. Section 7. A teacher may apply for a vacant position for which he is qualified, provided that respects the system of selection on the basis of merit and competence, provided further that all qualified candidates are given the opportunity to be considered. Section 7. A teacher may apply for a vacant position for which he is qualified, provided that respects the system of selection on the basis of merit and competence, provided further that all qualified candidates are given the opportunity to be considered. Now let's tackle the Article 5, Section 7. It said that if we are not qualified for the application or promotion at school, we should not speak poorly since we must respect their system of selection, which is based on competence and merit. However, all teachers should provide opportunities, and if any harmful or money involved, we must not consider it, and instead of, we must give equal to others. Section 1. Every teacher shall make it his duty to make an honest effort to understand and support the legitimate policies of the school and the administration, regardless of personal feeling or private opinion, and shall faithfully carry them out. Ngayon, atin namang talakayin ang Article 6, Section 1. Na kung saan ay halimbawa na ikaw ay isang teacher at ikaw ay nag-apply sa may Catholic school at hindi ka Catholic, dahil sa meron rin sila at mga rules and policies, kailangan mong makisama at makibagay dito at bawal kang magreklamo, at kailangan mo rin sumuporta at ipakita sa kanila na bukal sa loob mo ang pakikipag-cooperate.
Section number 2. A teacher shall not make any false accusations or charges against superiors, especially under anonymity. However, if there are valid charges, he should present such under oath to competent authority. So, section 2, sinasabi lang dito na the teacher should not never or we should not come up with a false accusation. We are here saying na we should not fabricate false information or false accusation with our superiors because that is unethical. But if your accusation or if your charges are coupled with a refutable proof or your claims can be supported by a lot of evidence, then you can express or you can share your accusation with the higher authority or to the competent authority. But when you do it in a black and white. And also, you should write your name in your complaint. And if your name is there, that means your complainant is credible. So like what I said, if there are things done by our image superior which are unprofessional and which are unethical, we have proof that would support our claims. Then you have to come up and open up with or tell all our accusation to the higher authority, because we have to fight what are right. Section number 3. A teacher shall transact all official business through channels except when a special condition warrants a different procedures, such as when the special conditions are advocated but are opposed by immediate superiors, in which case the teacher shall appeal directly to the appropriate higher authority. Section 3. So sinasabi naman dito, kung meron tayong mga gagawin, kailangan natin ipagpaalam sa mas nakakataas sa atin o sa mga superior natin. So, sino ba yung mga superior natin? So, kapag tayo kasi ay nagtatrabaho sa isang school, so hindi mawawala dyan yung tinatawag natin head of teacher, principal, and kapag wala naman yung principal, may tinatawag tayong teacher in charge. So now, kung meron tayong gagawin na sa tingin natin na importante, halimbawa may emergency sa bahay, may sakit, mayroong kailangan operahan, o halimbawa ikaw bilang guro, buntis ka, may tinatawag, ikaw mismo, kailangan natin ipagpaalam kung ano ba yung nararamdaman natin. Kapag buntis ka kasi, may tinatawag tayo na maternity leave, which is hindi tayo pwede umalis basta-basta sa eskwelahan na hindi natin pinapapaalam sa mas nakakataas sa atin. Halimbawa, hindi ka makakapasok kasi may sakit ka, hindi ka makakapagturo sa mga estudyante mo kasi buntis ka. So, kailangan muna natin magpaalam sa mas nakatataas sa atin bago tayo gumawa ng isang desisyon. Section number 4. Every teacher, individually or as a part of a group, has a right to seek redress against injustice to the administration and the extent possible, shall raise grievances within acceptable democratic processes. In doing so, they shall avoid jeopardizing the interests and the welfare of learners whose right to learn must be respected. Section 4. So, sinasabi dito na the teacher has no right to fight against the administration, whatever the decision they make regarding to the teacher. So, but if it personal matters that trample your personality as a teacher, or can be about a certain issue like salary and taxes to be paid, of course, as a teacher, you can only complain to any free and reliable agency that hold the cases regarding to personal issue against the government. So in this case, this will be avoided to put students in a situation which there are danger and harm, because as a teacher, we must think for the sake of our students, not for ourselves.
Section 5. Every teacher has a right to invoke the principle that appointments, promotions, and transfer of teacher are made only on the basis of merit and needed in the interest of the service. Section 5. Sa Section 5, is lahat ng teacher is may right na magtanong about sa appointment or promotion na binibigay sa kanila para maiwasan yung mga biases. At sinasabi lang din dyan na ang kailangan para sa promotion ay dapat binabatay sa kanilang kakayahan sa pagtuturo. Section 6. A teacher who accepts a position assumes a
Section 6. Sa section na ito, kailangan kapag binigyan ka ng posisyon, ay dapat alam mo yung obligasyon mo sa posisyon na iyon. At dapat alam mo ilan yung pinirmahan mo contract para maiwasan yung hindi pagkakaunawaan.
Thank you for watching. We hope you learned something from here.